May is Asian Heritage Month, and one thing that's not talked about enough is the Asian Canadian labor movement. So let's get into it. Asian migration in Canada has been built on a long history of exploitation. From the first Asian immigrants who were brought over in 1788 as forced laborers, to the death of 3 Chinese workers that happened for every mile of the Canadian Pacific Railway, and to the mistreatment of Sikh sawmill workers in BC. But Asian Canadians have not stayed silent throughout it all. Let's look at a couple examples. In 1906, 90 Chinese laundry workers came together to form Sai Wa Tong, the Chinese Laundry Workers Union. After successfully organizing a one-day strike, the workers were able to gain a salary increase from $15 to $25. The success of Sai Wa Tong inspired other Asian workers across the country to form unions and fight for their rights. Let's look at another example of Asian labor activism. When Darshan Singh Songa first came to Canada as a young 19-year-old, he found work in a sawmill and was determined to change the horribly unequal working conditions he saw amongst himself and his fellow Asian workers. In 1946, he successfully led a strike that lasted for 37 days. That resulted in an 8-hour workday, increased pay, and better work conditions. Today, the fight still continues against the exploitation of Asian workers. Founded in 2021, the Najuan Support Network is a collective of international students and immigrant workers based in the GTA. NSN has successfully recovered more than $650,000 in unpaid wages for exploited workers. They've halted the deportation of dozens of students, organized large-scale protests, challenged landlords, immigration consultants, and are now looking to expand the network across the country. Another Asian Canadian group fighting for workers' rights today is Migrante Canada, a Filipino labor activist group with chapters across the country and the world. Migrante Canada fights for fair wages, dignity, and the protection of temporary foreign workers. They aim to ignite their diasporic communities and push for the building of a self-reliant economy to stop forced migration. The Najuan Support Network and Migrante Canada are just 2 organizations out of the long list of grassroots collectives fighting against the exploitation of Asian workers in Canada. This Asian Heritage Month, let's acknowledge the long history of Asian labor in Canada and continue to fight for our labor rights.